And good morning, everybody. It is Christmas week. It is Monday. It is the December the 21st. Wow, the days are counting down. If you didn't order things, they're not going to get to your house by Christmas now. There's just no way. The post office is backed up. It is mountains and mountains of mail. And FedEx, UPS, everybody. But it is the Christmas season. We have snow on the ground now, maybe about this much. But as you walk over, there's definitely tracks from the house to the video studio. And it is the season. I remember as a kid, we had a Woolworths in town, and that's always where the Salvation Army ringer was. And it was a tiny little booth they made. It was not a fish house. It was just wide enough for a person to sit in, with the bucket hanging out the front and just a place for the hand to come through to hear the bell ringing. Because winters, when I was a child in the 50s and into the 60s, was extremely, extremely cold. It was just those years after the war, and probably all of the munitions going off in the sky changed the upper atmosphere in some way. And those were extremely, extremely cold years, and snow, just mountains of snow that we had back in those years. But those faithful bell ringers were there. We had a Salvation Army building in town, actually, and there were people that were stationed here and did wonderful, wonderful work. Sad that they're gone, actually. Grand Forks is the nearest location for people that are on duty, put here. I don't know how the words would be, but wonderful people. Today, chat CANNA, pretty interesting news. The FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, by the way, it's an independent government agency. They are not under anybody. They are not owing to anybody, but they are here to protect consumers against all sorts of false claims. And in my mind, they do not act fast enough. All you got to do is watch some late night TV and you're going, that's just not real. But yet those ads are on there year after year after year. Kevin Trudeau, if you remember, had books on that were making all sorts of claims, and I don't know if they were ever substantiated, but it was years before they kind of tracked him down, and he's in jail. So anyway, they have finally come down on CBD advertisers. Not necessarily CBD producers or processors, but the advertisers. And again, I'm saying, well, where have you been? And it's about time. Of course, the FTC is now saying, we're not saying that CBD products cannot provide some relief to patients. See, they're not saying that it's not that it doesn't work. It's saying that you can't make claims that are not substantiated. And this is something that I totally agree about. You can't exaggerate or lie about the state of science. And these are some of the companies that got nailed. And really, they just got a slap on the wrist, considering that some of these are pretty big companies. BioNatural Health and Isle Review in Utah, 20 grand. EPIC House, Epic House, First Class Herbalist in Utah, 30,000. CBD Meds, just were told to stop making unproven claims. Easy Butter, Boca Raton, and a lot of stuff comes out of Boca Raton. $36,254 fine. Where did they end up with $254 at the end of it? Reef Industries in Canna Costa Mesa, $85,000. Steve's Distributing in Longmont, Colorado, $75,000. The FTC cited illegal advertising claims made by each of these manufacturers, promises such that CBD will leave you pain-free and feeling years younger. Boy, I want some of that. A lot of them had customer testimonials saying that the products cured rare ailments, completely cured them, and allowed them to replace prescription drugs, even including Oxycontin. And if you don't know, Oxycontin is practically morphine. I mean, it's the drug that is now in the news with the family, also big in the chicken industry. Not necessarily the same name, same family, but the same name, Purdue family. Anyway, they're testifying in court now because they made $13 billion off of the Oxy products. And now, of course, they're saying, well, we didn't know that you could get hooked on it, CBD, the things that they really pointed out, some of the things that these companies were claiming that it just fixed for you: arthritis, diabetes, Alzheimer's, age-related cognitive decline, inflammation, neuropathic pain, chronic stress and fatigue, obesity. It cures. Just take these pills, you get thin. Psoriasis, adult acne, schizophrenia, nausea, multiple sclerosis, spinal cord injuries. Just take this, it'll fix your spinal cord cut. Parkinson's, rheumatism, cardiovascular issues, autoimmune disorders, many forms of cancer, high blood pressure, prostate cancer, depression, bipolar disorders, joint pain. These were things that these companies claimed that CBD can fix. Now, they got fined. They should have got fined. The question is, can CBD help with some of these things? Well, lots of people believe that it can. We happen to believe that it can. I happen to be able to give a testimony that it has mitigated some of my peripheral neuropathy. And we did a bit of a blind study on it because Casey would give me bottles that did or did not have CBD in them, and I could kind of identify which ones were effective and which ones were not. Also remember, that's a study of one. A double-blind study is a study of many where the doctors don't even know which ones they're giving the patient. So there can't be a subtle clue of this is the good stuff or this is the bad stuff. And that's what we need for CBD. We need to have a lot of double-blind studies, and then we will start to know. But we do know that it does provide a little bit of pain relief. It makes people feel better. It does seem to help with their joints. It does seem to relieve some stress and fatigue. But you can't make those kind of medical claims or the FTC is going to come knocking on your door. So, there was a company here in the Red River Valley that had big things on their walls making some of these claims, and I just couldn't believe that they were doing that. We have never claimed that. We have said that we believe that the hemp plant itself, in a full spectrum application, because we don't know, and so we believe in the full spectrum and the entourage effect, that all of the things in the plant seem to be able to work together to give you some aid with some of these things. And that's as far as we make a promise. Try it. Do not over try it. Just take a little dose of it, see how it makes you feel. But these are companies, they say there's more coming. I welcome that. I hope that the government goes after people that make wildly exaggerated claims. I remember working on radio in Las Vegas in the 80s. Even the 70s, the last of the 70s, the beginning of the 80s, and we were doing advertisements there for horse liniment, basically, that, the exaggerated claims that those products were making were beyond belief, and yet we were advertising those overnight hard. We were hitting it hard. You send 1995 to that company, and by God, you were going to be able to launch yourself into outer space. They were so effective. This is not how advertising is supposed to be, and glad the FTC is in business. So that's what our story is today on Chat CANNA. Have you heard? So happy to have you with us. We are looking for seeing you again tomorrow. Oh, it's Monday. I can't put that up there. I got to put this one up there. There we go. We are looking to see you again tomorrow, and it's going to be a Christmas week here, and we'll just have some fun here. Hope you're out and enjoying, maybe getting a little local shopping in, buy from your local vendors wherever you can. And in the meantime, have a great, great day. We'll see you all in about 23 hours and 50 minutes. In the meantime,